So nowadays you come into Aquarium Co-op and the whole front of the store is like 5 billion bettas. Now
240 something.
240, Corey's correcting me. Of course, I knew he was going to do that too.
Yeah.
So these are systems. Why don't you tell us about these systems, where you got them and why?
Yep.
And let's show them some pictures of bettas. I mean, these are awesome.
We got them, I originally saw them online in European stores when I would visit around the country.
Okay.
And I said, why haven't these made it to the US? I wanted to buy them. They're made in Australia by Aquarium. And originally when I opened the store, I could not nearly afford to import them because they're expensive.
But isn't it a really small container for a betta?
It is, in that each individual unit is small, but all of the water is shared and there's a sump down below. If you want to pull a panel,
there's a big
yeah,
sump
if you
down.
pull, should be like up and out a little bit. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
So they've got a built-in sump, and we've got biomedia. We have a UV sterilizer.
UV.
Yep. We've got Purigen in there. We've got the return. Like, we've got everything we want.
Coral for buffering because we have to buffer our water.
Yep. So we run salt and UV sterilizer in there, and not medication, because we, in general, Aquarium Co-op don't share water.
Right.
But with the BETTA system, you have to.
Right.
And so because we have to, we want to make sure disease doesn't spread. And so a UV sterilizer and salt can play together, but like a UV and meds can't. It'll break it down.
So in reality, if I'm comparing this to the other stores that are selling them in little cups, this is far better. Because it
depends.
They've got 20, 30 gallons.
It depends. I've done it both ways. And so
water.
if you have bettas in cups and you water change them every second day,
but we
it's
know they
actually
don't
kind
do
of,
that.
well, that's, I've been there and I've done it. That's how I know it will work really well if someone's doing that. The reality is people get busy and they stop doing it. That's why we stopped doing it, because it's like, this is unmanageable long term. And so each of these systems is separate. But the water's shared between the system, and in general, newer fish come in the bottom, we move them up.
And a couple other things that I noticed that I know people online will freak out about is the sides are painted black, so these are not always in contact with each other.
Yeah, so if we look at a tank right here, there's no BETTA like it got sold. We can pull out the actual tank here. If I can do that on, there we go.
There you go.
I'll pour some of the water out. So the water just runs out the back. All the sides are black. The back is black. And all the water just runs down kind of in this gutter system.
Yep.
And so no one sees each other. You could take it out to maintenance. You could do stuff. We use tiny little nets to catch them. And really we just want, so our biggest thing was when a new person comes in and they want a BETTA, if you don't have a wide selection, they can't make a choice. They're like, well, how do I know I'm getting the best one? How do I know? And so now we have so many, it's the opposite problem. You have so many good ones, I can't make a choice.
Right.
But they don't leave going, I wish you had more selection.
Right. I mean,
and so
the other thing that, I'm going to go back to those little plastic cups. These are glass with a flat front.
Yep.
So you can really actually see the fish. And yeah, you're right. The selection is, I mean, how would you pick one?
You kind of, well, a lot of times people come in like, I'm looking for a red one. Like, okay, well, red crown tail, red plakat, like red and white half moon. Are you looking for Dumbo fin?
Dumbo ears? You know?
Yeah, exactly. Like, so, and there's no rhyme or reason to it, but it forces you to really pick. If you can't find a BETTA you love here,
You're not gonna
unless
find
you've kept a billion BETTAs, you're not really looking to buy a BETTA today.
Yeah.
You know, we've got, you know, rare gold ones, like you don't see that every day, like a gold BETTA.
Right.
You know, but it allows us to buy in larger.
Ah, it bit me.
Yeah, this one's a, you know, they would sell it as a black, but it's very dark colored.
Super dark.
But yes, so the variety in like a dragon scale.
Super colorful down there.
Turn,
Oh,
buddy.
you. Come on, buddy.
Wants to fight the camera.
Yeah.
But in general, we just try to have a big selection, and everyone falls in love with something different. So what you think is cool might not be what I think is cool.
I agree. Yeah.
And
there are too many cool ones.
Like if it was me, I would probably have just walls of the kois because those are the ones that come out latest, right?
Yeah, but isn't this what this is? a type of koi, but
yeah, they call these the Nemo,
kois.
Or a candy cane koi, where this is a different type of koi right here.
Right.
If I can get it to...
Yep.
There we go.
Oh, he's nice.
And there's different ones, you know, down here. Like this is a type, I think it's a type of koi, but different. But it's like a pastel koi with all the blotches of color in the fins that are basically clear. And so you get all these things where people are looking for that. Like I haven't had that one yet. A lot of times the advanced hobbyist goes, I want that because I haven't had that yet. And you know, even when you don't think there's a betta in there, a lot of times they're like, oh, it's really dark.
It's just dark, yeah.
You know, so, and we have people spend hours up here just looking at different bettas and just going, what's new this week? And even if they can't afford to get other ones, like I love this color.
Right. It's beautiful too.
And you know, even on film, it would take hours and hours to film this. So we kind of, people always go, why don't you show them all? And it's like, well, that will literally take all day to film. And we don't have that much time. So I just keep chiming in on ones that I think look cool. You know, more dragon scale, and you know, almost if I stand back, you can start looking at,
look at this.
Yeah, that crown tail.
Crown tail, yeah.
So you know, if you're local to us, we're a great resource for bettas. Not that other stores don't have great bettas as well. You know, we don't ship them online. We get asked that all the time with all these bettas. Don't you ship them? Like we just sell a lot in store, and now that we've had it for probably 4 or 5 months, something like that. People are knowing, like, I heard you guys have a great betta selection. You know, here's like a double tail, right?
Right.
So we've got the double tail. And we know, or at least wholesalers know and that kind of stuff, that we'll carry a lot of bettas. And so when they get something new, they're like, hey, are you interested? I know, yeah, that guy, these are almost hidden, because these just came in, right?
Those are awesome.
So no one's picked these up yet. Once we move them up higher and you don't get down on the ground floor,
yeah,
look at them.
Look at these.
So usually we'll order groups of at least 6. You know, so we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Maybe we ordered 8. But we order them at least 6 because then we can kind of move them up. And if we only bring in like 2, they sell right away. You know, so we try to keep ample stock on most of them because they come and go all the time. That's the...
Yeah, and I know we talked about this is going to expand some, but the betta wall has started.
Yeah.
This is just a start.
We want to bring on more quality products, and you know, we even make sure we have a feeding schedule. Hidden over here is what we're feeding the bettas in these tanks. So Monday through basically Thursday, they're getting betta BioGold, frozen bloodworms on Fridays, nothing on a Saturday because we're crazy busy in here.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And then betta BioGold again.
Good.
And it's the reason why it's betta BioGold is we can do it so fast. Frozen bloodworms, it might take an hour and a half for the employees to feed. If we do that every day, where they actually have to work and they get interrupted, and you have to remember where did I leave off. So the pellets are a lot faster,
right?
And it makes it so that they're not dependent on bloodworms when a customer buys it.
They also help them with coloration.
Yeah.
Where bloodworms is just
grows them
is
a
more
lot.
like a tree.
Yeah. So we do fast them a day just to make sure we're not overwhelming them and that kind of stuff. And you know, it's hard to manage a lot of bettas. I'm not going to say that, you know, we've never lost one or anything. I think anyone that would say something like that wouldn't be being truthful. You can't keep this many fish and never lose a fish, but we try very hard to not lose fish. We try to do the best we can, and you know, I'm glad we have this many because we could have got more. But you know, back to the original story of importing these, we found a wholesaler that basically brought some in, and they asked if we wanted any, and then they were shocked when we were like, oh, we'll take 8. And they're like, what? Stores only ever buy 1. And I was like, well, I only want a ton because I knew about them and I knew how useful they were. And for me, if I only had just one of these, yeah, we'd have some bettas.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the racks.
Yeah, I had to buy 8 racks.
Nice.
Yeah, which was a crazy big. They were like, you know, they emailed back like, is that a typo? Like, nope.
8.
We want 8. And you know, very big expense, but it made a new part of the store, and I knew I wanted to be known for bettas if that's what we were going to do.
So this is the 8th.
Yep.
This one is on hold.
That one's already been sold for Allison. So, you know, it's always intriguing to me to be like, out of all of these bettas, this is the winner. Allison says, that's the one for me.
Right.
Right? And I don't know that I would have picked that one. I would have picked something else probably, but everyone is that way of like, oh, I'd take this one home. And we had to number them because people will fall in love, and the other people will be looking at fish and like, you got to come look, wait, oh yeah, C6. I loved C6.
Yes.
You know, or you can tell
I was
the
in here when there was a
employee.
little boy doing that a while back. Yeah.
Yep. So that's, you know, we hope more stores will do this. This video also, we told you, you know, who makes them, that kind of stuff. The place that imported them doesn't import them anymore. It was like a one-time thing. And so that's why I can't tell other stores, like, here's where you buy it. You can get them on Australia. Aqua One makes them. And that's the way we run them. This is what the success we've had so far. But as time goes on, we learn little tricks and we keep tweaking it a little bit at a time. And we go from there. I would say, for the most part, out of 240 bettas, we probably have 220 to 225 that are healthy. And then I would say 10 or 15 that might be a little underweight, or, oh, they're tail biting, and we're working on that. Like, okay, well, let's feed them. Let's try moving them to a real tank. Does that stop them tail biting? What's going on? Right. And, you know, we'll take some bettas home and rehab them. Oh my God, look at this betta. It's like violet color. I don't know what color that is.
Oh, I saw that earlier. Yeah, he's cool.
And I don't think it's coming out right on the tank or on the camera, but that is the most unique one I've seen here.
It's more like violet is showing more white on the camera.
Yeah, well, it looks white and the lines look cool, but it's like a violet color that's amazing.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, is we just spent 11 minutes looking at bettas, didn't see that one.
Right.
And then you lock in on it, and that's why it can take hours. But, you know, it's like picking out a dog. You know, you want to take some time, find the right one, and, you know, I'm convinced if you can't find the right one here within a week or two, you're not ready for one. Right. Like people are always like, well, you're going to get more. Like, yeah, we get more every week. We sell a lot, but what are the odds going to be that drastically different than all the ones we have?
Look at this guy.
Yeah, nice blue.
He's like just gorgeous.
All right, well, if you like freshwater content or bettas, subscribe to the channel. This is all we do, not just bettas, but freshwater fish. We breed them, we sell in the store, we talk about it, we help you keep it alive, we do live streams, we do all these things to help and bring information to you guys, but you can support us by buying stuff online. We sell everything except for live fish online. So plants, foods, all that kind of stuff, but not live fish because, one, we don't have the facility, and two, we can't guarantee they're gonna get there safe yet, and maybe someday if we're lucky.
There you go.